Hi, I'm Miriam Maharavi. My daughter Jessie asked me to participate in this year's month of Elul programming by preparing a Maharavi family favorite Moroccan style fish with an Israeli spicy twist. It's actually pretty simple. You need cod fillets. You can use either frozen or fresh. If it's frozen, you don't even have to defrost it. Just rinse it off a little bit, squeeze some lemon juice on it, and sprinkle a bit of salt. You need garlic. This here is about 8 to 10, I think 10 garlic cloves, coarsely chopped. We like a lot of garlic. If you don't like as much, then by all means you can reduce to your taste. Here you have red chili peppers, 5 of them, sliced thin. I did take out the seeds and the vein on the inside. Here you have 4 tomatoes. A little bit overripe is best because they give more juice and more flavor. Cut to about 1/4 inch thick. 2 red bell peppers, sliced also to 1/4 inch thickness. 1 medium onion, sliced pretty thin. If you compare, the onions are much thinner. And about 1/2 cup of olive oil. Seasonings, you will need turmeric, you'll need cumin, you need a bit more salt, fresh cilantro, fresh flat leaf parsley, not garlic, parsley. Now if you don't like cilantro, you can leave it out and just use the garlic, the flat leaf parsley, that's fine too. Okay. You take a large pot. This here is a 5-quart pot, kind of wide, and you start layering your veggies. First, you layer some onions in the bottom of the pot, and you take about 1/2 of the tomatoes, layer it. Same with the peppers. And the hot peppers too. Just kind of spread it out. And garlic. Kind of even it out a little bit so you have a fairly flat surface. You take your fish, layer it. Nice layer, cover up the veggies, take the juice from the fish, pour it in there. And now you take 1 level tablespoon of turmeric, and you just kind of spread it over the fish. You take 1/2 tablespoon of cumin. Put that. I like to be a little bit cautious with cumin because it can overpower the flavor of everything else. So you can adjust it to your taste. I use about 1/2 teaspoon, yes. Okay, now take the rest of the veggies, layered on top of the fish. The juice from the tomatoes, onions, rest of the hot peppers. And of course the rest of the garlic. And since the Maravis like extra spice, I'm going to add hot peppers that I took from my garden and a few sprigs of parsley. Also on top. And not forget the olive oil. Just pour it over. Now you want to put it on and put the pot on a high flame. Put a lid on. Wait until you see it starting to boil. Once it starts to boil, you need to put it on a very low flame and let it simmer for about 20-30 minutes. And you have your dag Marokkai, or your Moroccan style fish. It's been what, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
I'd say 20.
If you take a look, this is all the liquid from the fish and from the veggies. Okay, I am taking some of the juice or sauce from the fish, putting it in a cup. About, I guess, a little bit around a quarter cup. Take about roughly half a can of tomato paste. So now I'm going to add the tomato paste to the pot.
And you're not stirring the ingredients, you're stirring just the sauces, right? Like
right. I don't, just here on the side where I added and what you can do is this. You just kind of let it work its way around and let it keep on cooking. Right now, I'm just going to pull out the cilantro and the parsley because we don't want to have any stringy long stuff in our fish stew. You will know that it's done when the onions are soft, kind of transparent. Just all the veggies are soft. This is also one of those dishes that gets better every time you heat it up. So if you have leftovers, that's great. We have the rice going on. I cheated, I already cooked that. But I think everybody knows how to turn on the water. To boil the water and then let the rice boil. But because I soaked it in the hot water before boiling it, it turned out really nice and fluffy. I have a piece of fish. I put a bit of veggies with it, a little bit of sauce. And I have a mixture of chopped parsley and cilantro, mixed up a little bit. Put on a little bit for color. And again, if you don't like cilantro, you don't have to use it. I like it, so I use a lot. This with any other dish, like with any other dish, you can make it your own. You can add your own seasonings. I like to keep it fairly basic and not over seasoned because I like to let the actual food do the speaking. Now we're doing the filming on Shabbat, so if you see it on Monday, you know that this is a typical Shabbat dinner for Israelis. And you can use this as an appetizer and just dip the sauce with the challah, with bread, or you can eat it over rice like this as a main dish. It's pretty versatile. Again, you control the heat level. We like it pretty spicy. If you don't put as much pepper, and enjoy.
Okay, that's so awesome. Thank you for doing this, Ima. I would like to talk a little bit about the first time that you ever had this dish. Where did you come across it?
Well, this was on my first trip to Israel, which was actually when Itzik, my husband, Abba, and I got married.
Ah, I was there.
Yes, you were there.
Yeah, most kids don't get to have that pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And my mother-in-law of blessed memory, Shulama Aravi, she was an awesome cook. She made the yummiest food and everything with a heavy layer of oil. Why the oil? Because after you eat, you have a really nice spicy sauce, and you can dip that up with your challah or with bread. And yeah, that was her dish.
Yeah.
Now she had another variation where she would take the fish, bread it, fry it, and then stew it in the vegetables. Again, I know that is just a lot heavier, and in the interest of waistlines, etc., I have toned down it. I just only use the raw fish to cook.
I think it's fine just as it is. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So how did who taught you how to make it? Was it Savta Shula?
Well, Savta Shula did not want to share her recipes. So I kind of learned on the sly, watching her here and there, and then kind of experimenting, and I got it down. So we have a nice spicy Moroccan fish.
Nice. So did you ever make it for her?
I did.
And how did she react? Was she like, how did you get my recipe?
Well, she was completely cool and ate it, and said nothing else.
Wonderful. So that was her stamp of approval.
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, this is wonderful. I really thank you for doing this and for sharing a little bit of our family with the Temple Emmanuel. And this is the final month before the new year. So if we don't see any of you, then we wish you all a Shana Tova umetuka.
Shana Tova umetuka. And for today, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.